All right. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Wonderful Monday. Wonderful summer Monday here, the 22nd of July 2024. My name is Thomas, and I'm very happy to see you all in our trading session, or better to say, our market review. So, what is happening? What is moving the markets? I'm excited to know. Yes, I guess you are. So, feel free to ask any questions you would like to. I am here at your disposal with my feedback, comments, and so on and so forth. I'm bragging a little bit right now with this, so flexing a little bit with this trade on Bitcoin, which I opened is it 2 weeks ago? Yeah, it's exactly 2 weeks ago on the 8th of July, when, basically a lot of pressure off of Bitcoin price had already been lifted, and basically speaking, many many people, well, many people were still talking about that Bitcoin was heading towards 50,000 and even below that. But many others were also looking at some. They had already been looking at some very interesting facts. So some facts like the German government by that time had already sold half of their Bitcoin holdings that they had before that. By that time, many institutional organizations, so big investment firms, they had already begun actually purchasing Bitcoin. So actually, if you consider all this and all these huge firms like BlackRock, MicroStrategy, etc., and so on and so forth, maybe the government of El Salvador, they were all purchasing here around 57K, and slightly below that. The luckiest ones probably bought them here at 54, 55,000. Now they are already making plus 20% on their investments. So they are enjoying these nice returns, 25, 20% returns on their investments. Great investments, great deal, and great trade, considering once again the combination of fundamental analysis that goes hand in hand with technical analysis. Or I usually like to say that technical analysis goes hand in hand with fundamental analysis, because first you see the picture and then you start asking why, for example, why does this chart look the way it looks? And yeah, surprise, surprise, or no surprise at all, it looks the way it looks because there were fundamental factors which I already named, and then this failed Trump assassination that took place on July 13th, late in the evening UTC time, Europe time, and basically it all helped Bitcoin to jump above towards 60,000, and then basically when Trump got announced as the official candidate of the Republican Party in the US, so that basically took Bitcoin price to 65K, 66K, etc. Now we are trading at almost 68,000, very close to its, June and May highs and April highs. And also we are once again just 5,000 away from the all-time high right now, which was marked here at 73,500. So someone managed to buy Bitcoin at 73,000, almost 500, and probably that person is waiting before finally his or her PNL reaches the break-even point. So, fundamentally speaking, everything seems as if the current trend has reversed, and I would not be surprised if now Bitcoin posts another green week and finally takes us towards 74K, because now like plus 3%, plus 5%, it's like a child's game, child's play, because I mean, if you look here, for example, if you go back in time here, 5,000 would be like say 25% of value. Now 5,000 is just like, what is it, like 5%, less than that, I guess. So we are just 5% away from all time high, and I think that can actually take Bitcoin price to to new highs, and I would not be surprised if that finally takes place. But of course, and so frankly speaking, globally speaking, I think we are in this, like, if we look at it at a 1 month chart, we are here exactly at this very interesting moment. Another accumulation phase. Now it's a quite, quite broad one from 57k up to 72, like this pretty nice fluctuations, and many investment firms, many institutional companies or hedge funds and so on, they were purchasing Bitcoin here around 60k, 65k, 70k. So these big firms, they don't care so much about the immediate returns. They don't, because some of them were purchasing Bitcoin here at 60,000 here in 2021, 2022, because they invest, for example, if they believe in Bitcoin and the technology that stands behind it, then they can wait, and they don't have any necessity to show big returns, like the next day, the next month, etc. So us retail traders, we in turn, we concentrate on very quick gains or losses. So of course we look at gains. So if those gains do not happen within 1 day, 2 days, 3 days, then we start to feel anxious. We start to feel nervous. We then start feeling like, wow, we've wasted like 2-3 days in front of the screen, etc. So all those kind of negative self-talk starts to kick in, and that is one of the main problems why many traders they don't make money and they lose their emotional comfort, because simply they measure success by very short time frames, whereas big firms, big companies, they measure success by months, quarters, years, and even decades. So I'm talking about Warren Buffett, of course, the most notorious example, the person that invests. So probably he bought his Coca-Cola shares back in 1960, 1970, and he still holds them, not really wanting to sell them, I think. So that's how big players think, and I really hope that we can also kind of take some of their, implement, like steal some of their ideas and implement to our trading, include it into our trading psychology, so that eventually we can become better traders. Because, well, who should be our role example? Of course, it's not a person who makes, say, 1,000 trades in a day, but I'd rather look and at someone who manages BlackRock or Warren Buffett or people like that, and I would try to get something that I can take from them and put it in my trading as well. Now, guys, some questions from the chat. Hello, been waiting for your analysis. Welcome. The analysis is taking place right now. I have not received my deposit amount, says Mr. Mazamil Shaikh. Please do contact. Please do contact customer support team, so that they will be able to help you out. Because they are here to help you. And once again, I would like to remind you that 99.9% of deposits are found and credited to your account. Sometimes this money is reversed back to your banking account, so you need to check on that. But our lovely customer support definitely does help you find your money, and we make sure that all the money is credited, is found, and nothing is lost. Or in case it is lost, then obviously we compensate for that money, because it's obviously not your fault that the money is lost somewhere by some payment provider. All right. So, do you have any questions? Analysis GBP USD. All right, let us have a look at GBP USD. So the pound USD, GBP USD. Wow. Well. What can I say about GBP USD? Well, first of all, we have a very obvious resistance level here. So let me draw a horizontal line here. As you can see, it lies at the level of 1.30, so 1.3000, and this level acts as a strong resistance level, obviously, because all round numbers act as support or resistance levels, or some people call them psychological levels. Well, because so why is that? There is a very simple explanation, because people, when something costs okay, let's have a look at example of Bitcoin. When Bitcoin was trading somewhere here at around 20,000, no one paid much attention to it. So many people, they were like, yeah, it's like, we know that it costs so cheap, but we don't care. It's not really interesting. And actually, Bitcoin stayed there for, like, at such low levels, it stayed for approximately like 1.5 years, I think. Yeah, like 1.5 years. And then slowly but steadily it started growing. But even then, like, very few people were like noticing this, paying attention, maybe only traders. But then once it reaches 50,000, then people in in the media, they start talking about this. Then it breaks above 50,000, and psychologically, now we are talking about Bitcoin that costs more than 50,000 US dollars. Now, the next psychological level actually is 75, because I also noticed that round numbers like 25 and 75, or 25,000, 75,000, or 1.25, 1.75, they also they also act as very strong levels of support and resistance. It is just human psychology. It is just human nature. There is no magic. There is no detailed explanation behind this fact. It is just the fact, and we just have to accept it. Now, we have to accept the truth. So when Bitcoin started sliding from 71K down to 55K, then everyone was like, yeah, so it drops towards, say, 50,000, and many people started to became anxious about what's going to happen. So again, 50,000, 60,000, 50,000, because for us humans, it's easier to kind of digest, to process information when we talk about some round numbers, some big numbers, because when we start dealing with, say, 1.3956, it's like you only remember like the first few digits for the majority of us. Not mathematicians, of course, who love numbers, and probably for whom the more numbers the better, the more decimals the better. But for the majority, and actually the same is true for the pound. So 1.30 or 1.3 is a very strong psychological level. Before that it was 1.25, before that it was 1.20, and you can see how this chart was actually bouncing back and forth between 1.20 and 1.30. Now, there was a very interesting moment in the middle of 2000, like towards fall of 2022, when there was such a big concern about the future of the British economy because of the measures that had been taken a few years prior to that, that everyone was thinking that the British economy was on the brink of collapse, and that the pound would lose all of its value against the US dollar, and they would reach the parity level. Of course, luckily that did not take place. That was not the case, and today we are back at 1.30. So 1.30, and 1.20. So as I said, all these like all assets, almost all assets, they move from one area of comfort to another one. So with Bitcoin, another example, as I said, we are in this pretty long accumulation phase, and now Bitcoin feels pretty comfortable in this area, and probably at some point of time this price will be finally breached, maybe downwards or upwards, who knows, hard to tell, or probably the chances are it'll be an upwards breakout. So yeah, that might take place. But as of now, it feels pretty comfortable in this comfort zone. And if we look previously since March 2023 until October 2023 that is what that is 6 months. For 6 months, the price was sitting in this pretty narrow range, kind of trying to break above and then going backwards. Another attempt to break above, and then finally it breaks above. So we are in a similar situation with the pound on the weekly chart. And well, what can I say right now? I can say that before this level is finally breached, so 1.30, we can rely on a pullback from this price. So 1.30 might act as a pretty nice resistance level. So we can expect a drop from here. And right now this is happening. So, and if some of you managed to short sell this asset here at around 1.30, then my congratulations. Yeah, that's it. So I mean, like, it looks as if we are trending here, but also this asset for almost what is it, 1 year? No more. It's like 1.5 years. Price fluctuations are like so tiny. So when fluctuations on some assets are so tiny, well, you can still apply smaller time frame, like 1 hour, use multiplier of 500, even though it's high risk, and our platform suggests that it's high risk. So you can still open some trades, because potentially, if price moves from here and upwards towards here, then you're already making plus 500%. So why not? I mean, potentially. So currently we are uptrending, correction, so like a pullback, and then potentially we can continue this climb further towards 1.30, and then even higher than that. So, well, yeah, pretty much anything can happen right now, and I would not be surprised if this finally takes place. Now, what is my next trading idea? So, sir, give any stock one. What is this question? Sir, give any stock one half-month investment. Like for half-month? Well, stocks. Okay. So let's have a look at stocks. And I think the most interesting ones. Well, actually, we have just entered. So last week we entered the new earnings season, and this week is going to be pretty active and pretty big in this regard. So we can have a look at well, Nvidia. So after stock split, so Nvidia is still trading at 118. Well, and well, it's difficult to say, difficult to make any forecasts, with stocks. So Nvidia is a difficult one, because it's just so upwards. But Apple, well, maybe Apple. Well, to be honest, I can't really give you any trading ideas, because so this week and the next week, most of the major companies like Nvidia, Tesla, Apple, well, all of them Microsoft, Google, Amazon, etc., Facebook, and so on and so forth. All of them will be posting their earnings reports, and I just expect Netflix, etc., and so on and so forth. So all of them will be posting these earnings reports, and gaps like this one or something like this one. So expect that to take place this week. So it doesn't really matter what kind of forecast I make, but this such gap can pretty much like level all of your progress, or it's kind of like playing, like winning a lottery, because most of the time, I would say 60% of the time, you see gap ups, like upwards gaps, but at the same time you see things like this one or something like this one, something like this one. So like say 20% gaps in the downwards direction. So this can easily take place. So it is very difficult to make any forecast right now since we are entering, or we have entered, the new earnings season, and it will heavily be, so prices and charts will be heavily affected by this. But what I can tell is another trading idea that I think we can share is gold. So obviously gold is trading at 2,400. Two of my trades, I opened them at 23.25, so 2,325, and I still well, that's kind of like still holding this trade from earlier this year, from January this year, $2,000 on gold. So it's an upwards trade, and yeah, the next target is 2,500, and once again we are at the same. We can contemplate another example of a psychological levels in action. So we have this 2,500 level, and the price couldn't break above this level, and the price rebounded, or like started pulling downwards exactly before this level, because, well, 2000 was so it used to be kind of like almost an unbreakable, unshakable level for gold, but then gold managed to finally like enter this accumulation phase, and there was this nice breakout from this, like above this 2000 level mark. Now we are, so similar picture which we just saw on Bitcoin, that we are, let me just reload my chart just in case, so that there is no freezes, no lags, just to make sure. So going back to gold, we are in this another accumulation phase, so 2,300, 2,400. In case price rebounds downwards or comes near 2,400, then that is a signal for an uptrade. If price drops even further down, then again we open uptrades. Well, fundamentally speaking, many central banks in Europe and Asia, especially in Asia, have been purchasing gold in large quantities, and all that affects the price of gold, which we can see is pretty much at all-time highs. So the all-time high was around here, 2,485-ish somewhere, and now we are back to 2,400. So I would not be surprised if next week we finally manage to break above 2,500, and the current earnings season is going to greatly affect this. Now, another boring asset which I want to talk about is Euro USD. So why I call it boring is because just like the pound GBP USD, this asset is also not really moving anywhere. So it kind of goes back and forth between 1.06 and 1.009. So it's a similar example. I think I probably mentioned this during my previous stream on Monday, that, well, basically it just goes like back and forth around the same price. So once again, that is also a nice opportunity for those who like corridor trading, or the so-called range trading, where prices don't really move anywhere. They just kind of fluctuate around a certain price level. So then this is a nice opportunity for you guys to actually take advantage of this. So what else shall we speak about? How to find good entry points in long-term time frame? Well, that is a good question, and probably the best thing you can do is to combine fundamental analysis with technical analysis, because the truth is that the majority of big trading ideas like Tesla, Bitcoin, I know what else, gold, all of these assets, before they like started rising, they had been spoken about for so many times in the media. So basically, how to do it? Like, yeah, read Bloomberg, visit Finviz, check out economic calendar, read articles here on investing. So you need to find information. So talk to our analyst, the VIP department analyst, because we also explain how to find ideas on the market. Or another example is also technical analysis. Well, I mean, if we look back at Bitcoin, like how much, like what else do you need? Like basically it was like staying here, like the price goes up and from 70 it drops towards like say 16,000, losing around 80% of its value, but it's still like fundamentally nothing has changed, and in fact many things had improved already by that period of time, by this moment of time. And so frankly speaking, I mean, some trading ideas are just so obvious. For example, Nvidia, like everyone was talking about this, technology, chips, cards, etc. So why not buy it? I mean, one idea that I don't really understand is, for example, Tesla. Okay, so Tesla might be a little different example. In the past month, it went up from 175 towards 260, so plus 30%. And this situation, this case, I still have not really understood what caused it. I haven't really read much analytics about this. I assume there definitely was some analytics. So technically speaking, yes, there was this flag formation, which is a good formation, and it looked as a potential breakout on Tesla. But to be honest, generally speaking, I was like, I didn't really notice this trading idea, and so I mean, it's just one of these ideas which I was like, I missed this one, but I wasn't really looking for it. Now, for example, another idea, gold. It is so obvious. I mean, sometimes some of these ideas, they're just so obvious, and and prices stay there. Prices kind of stick to this area, to this narrow range for such a long period of time, and then this breakout happens, and I'm like, why? It is so obvious. I look at it and I'm like how much more obvious can it be? Well, to be honest, such beautiful ideas, they do not happen like every day, but that goes back to what I started my trading stream today with. I started with the concept, with the idea that you don't need trading ideas like every day. They don't pop up every day. I mean, if we switch to FTT trades, which is the most popular means of trading on our trading platform on Olymp Trade, so yes, there you don't need much else. For example, I know, let's open a random trade and like going upwards, correction, first red candlestick. Okay, so just very simple, simple stupid idea, continuation of colors. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 5 green candlesticks together, 2 green candlesticks together, 4 green ones, 3 red ones, 1, 1, and then like 7 green ones. So it's all about combinations of candlesticks a lot of times. I mean, one can really build a trading strategy based on simply this fact, like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So 7 red candlesticks of the same color in the same direction. That is it. That's your money. But you need to be, like, say, psychologically stable in order um, to execute your trading strategy, say, steadily. Okay, I have this result, which is a refund, because I have flat market protection, which basically protected me from a loss. So I'm pretty thankful for that. I can open one more down trade. Let's do it. Why not? But here is the deal. Going back to your question, to your initial question. So when you trade FTT trades, yes, ideas. You don't need ideas. You don't need trading ideas so much, because it's all about fundamental analysis. It's all about quick strategies. So all our trading strategies. So you click here on the left. All of these strategies, they all fit FTT mode of trading. Like you can use Millennium, Barcode, Axel, Kind, Martin, Diamond, all of them. And even these starter pack strategies, they are also good. I mean, they work. It's just a different type of indicators, different types of setups, different types of entry points. But generally speaking, it's all the same. I mean, it's the same charts, the same indicators. But when it comes to forex trading, yes, there you need to find, like, you really need to wait, like maybe wait like sometimes a few weeks, a few months. But even I mean, you need to wait like probably a few months. You need to wait for like this, let's say, quote unquote, like a great idea, like a perfect idea. But some good ideas, like the one we saw on gold, you don't need to wait. You don't need to wait months. Such ideas, for example, on gold, they happen like all the time. So price goes up towards 2,500, makes a double top formation, goes down, makes a correction, then goes back again towards 2,475, and from there, boom, minus $75, and with the highest multiplier, that could be plus 250% with a very short stop loss. I mean, technical ideas are everywhere. So what you need to do, like USD JPY, another great idea, another great forex trading idea, which I've been talking so much. I keep mentioning this trading idea like every time. So 162-ish kind of this double top formation, boom, minus 5 points, like 4.5 points downwards. I mean, and then downtrend. So open down trades on any rebound that you manage to identify. That is, I mean, like, it's not really it's not kind of too easy, but it's also not too difficult. So the idea, or the main problem why people like fail in trading, which I keep saying all the time, it's all about fundamentally, well, it's all about actually it's all about discipline, because we have to do pretty routine stuff here in trading, like every week, every day, and many people just get bored. And if you don't catch like a big fish within your first few weeks, few months, and then you kind of idly sit in front of your screen and you start feeling like, yeah, I need to do something, and then you start making some stupid trades. You start doing something stupid. That's when people like start losing money. That is one of the main problems. So guys, there isn't like the holy grail or the magic stick or the magic pill that will make you a great trader. It's all about patience, it's all about discipline, and it's all about focus. Like, you need to maintain focus on your result. You need to actually each week do your homework, spend time on the weekend while the main markets, except the OTC markets and indices, are closed. So you have fewer distractions. So at that time, you can actually focus on analyzing charts, analyzing your trades, and kind of drawing your further plan of action. And it's all about executing something, like doing something, like executing trades, getting feedback from the market, and then adapting, making adjustments to your corrections, adjustments to your trading strategy. Right, guys, that is going to be it. Thank you so much for your attention. I hope you had a wonderful and interesting trading session with me today. Check out the schedule of streams on this channel, because you need to find streams, identify streams in your language, and there is this notify me button, so you can actually select those streams that you want to watch. And right now we are conducting, since recently, we now conduct all streams in this in one channel, so we don't have separate channels. Everything is in one place. This is a new channel. That is why we only have these many subscribers and just 49 streams so far. But trading streams take place all the time, so do not forget to press this notify me button, which basically will notify you at the nearest with the nearest stream. So, and check out the schedule, which is basically we do 2 streams in each language every week. So 2 in Vietnamese, 2 in English, French, Portuguese, Spanish. So Spanish, Portuguese, Thai, Hindi, Arabic, and that's it. And English, we do it 3 times per week. Thank you very much for your attention, guys. Wish you a wonderful trading week, and see you very, very soon. Enjoy trading and reach new all-time highs with it. Thank you so much, and I will see you soon. Bye-bye.